Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going on a trip. We're going to see some really cool places all over the world. We're looking at borders between countries, but not just any borders. We're talking about the wildest, coolest, and most unbelievable lines on a map. You won't believe some of these. Get ready to be amazed, because some of these borders are like something from a movie. For example, did you know that the border between Norway and Sweden is one of the longest uninterrupted borders in Europe? It's also a popular spot for skiing, and you can literally ski from one country to the other. In the summer, it's a hiker's paradise with stunning trails that cross the border. And here's a fun fact. The border has remained peaceful for over a century, making it a symbol of friendship between the two nations. So whether you're skiing, hiking, or just enjoying a picnic, the Norway-Sweden border is a fascinating place to explore. First, we're going to Norway and Sweden. The border there is super chill. It's just a line through some awesome forests and mountains. Fun fact, there's a hiking trail that crosses the border multiple times. And in winter, you can ski from one country to the other. How cool is that? Next, we're going to North America, to the USA and Canada. They have the longest border without any soldiers in the world. No walls, no fighting, just two countries being friends. Did you know that the border is so long it stretches over 5,500 miles? And it even runs along the 49th parallel for a huge part of it. There's even a golf course that straddles the border, so you can play in two countries at once. And a library where you can read a book in the USA and return it in Canada. Get ready, because we're going to see the Wagah border ceremony between India and Pakistan. It's exciting, colorful, and full of energy. This daily military practice is known for its elaborate and rapid dance-like maneuvers. Did you know the soldiers' high kicks are so impressive they can almost touch their turbans? And the crowd, huh? They cheer with such enthusiasm it feels like a rock concert. This ceremony is a symbol of the rivalry and cooperation between the two nations. Ziplining between countries. Have you ever wanted to zipline from one country to another? Well, on the border of Spain and Portugal you can. How cool is that? Not only do you get to zipline across two countries, but you also travel back in time. The zipline crosses a time zone, so you land an hour earlier than when you started. And if you're a thrill seeker, this zipline is one of the longest cross-border ziplines in the world, stretching over 720 meters. So, are you ready to take the leap and zipline from Spain to Portugal? Epic waterfalls between Argentina and Brazil. Get ready to be wowed by the amazing Iguazu Falls. They're right on the border of Argentina and Brazil. It's nature at its best. Did you know Iguazu Falls is made up of 275 individual waterfalls? The most famous section is called the Devil's Throat, and it's absolutely breathtaking. Fun fact, during a full moon you can see a lunar rainbow at the falls. The surrounding jungle is home to over 2,000 plant species and countless animals. It's a paradise for nature lovers and adventure seekers alike. This town has a border right through it. We're going to the town of Baal. It's a little confusing, but really interesting. The Netherlands and Belgium kind of mixed their border up there. Some houses and cafes have the border running right through them. You can literally have breakfast in Belgium and lunch in the Netherlands without leaving your seat. At night, the border markers light up, making it a unique sight to see. Baal is like a puzzle with pieces belonging to two different countries. The most intense border in the world. Things are getting real now as we visit the DMZ between North and South Korea. It's a place that reminds us that Korea is divided. Did you know that the DMZ is also a popular tourist destination? Yes, you can actually visit this intense border. Interestingly, the DMZ has become an accidental nature reserve, home to rare wildlife and lush greenery. And here's a quirky fact. North Korea has a fake village near the border to show off to the south, while South Korea blasts K-pop across the DMZ. A border you can see from space. Get ready to see the huge difference between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. You can even see the border between them from space. The border is so distinct because of the stark contrast in deforestation policies. On one side you have lush forests in the Dominican Republic, and on the other barren lands in Haiti. Interestingly, the border is also a bustling area with local markets and people crossing daily for trade. At night, the difference is even more striking, with lights illuminating the Dominican Republic side while Haiti remains mostly dark. This border has a rich history marked by years of political and social changes. Despite the differences, the border area is also a place of cultural exchange and celebration. Welcome to no man's land. Have you heard of Bir Tawil? It's a small piece of land between Egypt and Sudan, and nobody wants it. It's like a prize nobody wants to claim. Fun fact, Bir Tawil is one of the few places on Earth where you can stand and not be in any country. And guess what? It's so remote that even Google Maps has trouble pinpointing it. Some adventurers have even tried to claim it as their own kingdom. Mountain high border. We're going up into the Bieszczady Mountains. The border between Poland and Ukraine goes right through these amazing peaks. Did you know that this area is home to some of the last remaining European bison? And if you're lucky, you might even spot a lynx or a wolf while hiking. The Bieszczady Mountains are also famous for their dark skies, making them a perfect spot for stargazing. Forest adventures in Germany and the Czech Republic. Get ready to explore the Bohemian Forest. It's a magical place where Germany and the Czech Republic meet. Did you know that this forest is home to some of the oldest trees in Europe? And if you're lucky, you might even spot a lynx or two. The forest is also famous for its mysterious legends and fairy tales. So lace up your hiking boots and let's dive into this enchanting wilderness. Touching the top of the world, we're going to the highest place on Earth, Mount Everest. It's on the border between China and Nepal. That's a pretty epic border crossing. Did you know that climbers from both countries often meet at the summit? And Sherpas, the local guides, are the real heroes of these expeditions. Fun fact, climbers use over 200 tons of gear each season. And at night, the view of the stars is absolutely breathtaking. Next, we're checking out the beautiful Mont Blanc. It's the highest mountain in the Alps, and it marks the border between France and Italy. Did you know that Mont Blanc is also known as La Dame Blanche, or the White Lady? And if you're into skiing, this is the place to be. The Mont Blanc Tunnel, which runs beneath the mountain, connects the two countries and is an engineering marvel. Get ready for something crazy. We're going to the Diomede Islands. Russia and the USA are only 2.4 miles apart there, but there's a whole day difference in time. It's like stepping into a time machine. You can literally celebrate New Year's twice. Imagine fishing in the past and the future at the same time. It's a mind-bending experience you won't forget. Have you ever been to a place where 4 countries meet? Well, get ready, because we're going to the spot where Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, and Zimbabwe all come together. This unique quadrupoint is one of the few places in the world where you can stand in 4 countries at once. Imagine having breakfast in Botswana, lunch in Namibia, an afternoon snack in Zambia, and dinner in Zimbabwe, all in one day. And if you're lucky, you might even spot some incredible wildlife along the way. It's a true adventure for any travel enthusiast. We're going to explore the town of Haparanda-Tornio. It's split right down the middle by the border of Finland and Sweden. Those countries are really good neighbors. Did you know that the town has 2 time zones? You can literally walk from one country to another and change the time on your watch. Also, the town hosts a unique New Year's celebration where you can celebrate twice, once in each country. Oh, how cool is that? Get your hiking boots ready. We're going to the Alps, where the border between Austria and Switzerland has some amazing views. Did you know that you can ski from one country to the other in just a few minutes? And if you're lucky, you might even spot some mountain goats along the way. Plus, there's a unique tradition where hikers leave small stones on border markers as a sign of their journey. So, pack your gear and get ready for an alpine adventure like no other. Let's go for a boat ride down the Evros River. It's the border between Greece and Turkey. Did you know that this river has been a natural boundary for centuries? Along the way, we'll see some history and culture, and maybe even spot some rare bird species that call this area home. And if you're lucky, you might hear some local legends about the river's mystical powers. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Get your warm clothes on. We're going to the Storskog border crossing between Norway and Russia. It's the gateway to the Arctic Circle. Did you know that this border is one of the coldest in the world? And if you're lucky, you might even spot a reindeer crossing the road. Just make sure your car has snow tires. We're going to the border town of Chuy. The main street is the border between Brazil and Uruguay. Talk about living right on the line. Imagine crossing the street to buy groceries in another country, or having breakfast in Brazil and lunch in Uruguay. It's a unique blend of cultures and languages, with street signs in both Portuguese and Spanish. Well, truly living on the edge has never been so fascinating. Finally, we're exploring the US-Mexico border. It's a really interesting place with lots of different cultures and where walls and communities come together. Did you know that there's a park called Friendship Park where people from both sides can meet? And every year there's a binational yoga class held right at the border. Plus, the food scene is incredible, with taco stands and food trucks offering a fusion of flavors from both countries. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome videos. Tell us in the comments which border you thought was the coolest. Did you know that the border between Norway and Sweden is marked by a clear-cut line through the forest? It's like nature's own border line. I love exploring. So click the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Fun fact, the border between India and Bangladesh has a place where you can be in two countries at once just by standing in the right spot. See you next time.